I know I hurt a lot of your feelings in March 2022 when I did not come out positive on Hycroft Mining and I asked you to be patient and wait. And I know that I hurt even more feelings and got people really mad at Tony Denaro for publishing a series of 3 videos explaining to you the long-term plan of Hycroft Mining, what they were doing now and where they were going, and that you had a long time to be patient to wait for a good entry in this stock and not to rush, not to load up. It's a long-term, risky, speculative play. Here we are today at 38 cents. If you didn't watch the videos because you heard that I'm bearish on Hycroft, no, I have a long position in Hycroft. Let's talk some real talk about how we got here and where Hycroft is going next. I agree, it is a definite bummer if you bought into the FOMO and the hopium back in March of 2022. If you didn't watch my video back in March of 2022, the day after the AMC announcement, where I read through all the research on Hycroft as quick as I could and said, hold your horses, guys, you can wait. It's going to come down. And I waited all the way until the end of August 30th, 2022 to buy Hycroft around 68 cents. And I actually sold it then a couple weeks later, September 13th, when it bumped up to $1 because I knew that was another little FOMO news run. And then I waited for it to come back down where it's at now. I bought a little bit at 50 cents. I have a good till canceled order entered right now for 28 cents. I also have calls for 2025 because this is, after all, a long-term play, and I might pick up some more because it is getting so damn cheap. But I walk it like I talk it, guys. I've read through all the research reports. More importantly, I've read through all the filings of Hycroft Mining. I know the complete history of the mine, and I understand their strategy, their plan, where they're going and how long it's going to take and what it's going to cost. And there is a reason that it is trading as low as it is today. And that's what we're going to talk about as quickly as possible. If you want more in-depth, please go back and watch my March 2022 video or watch the 3 November videos, and then you'll be better informed about what is going on with Hycroft. The first thing to know, and you guys probably know this, it's kind of basic, the price of Hycroft shares is going to fluctuate up and down with the price of gold. And since January, where gold was at 1945 for the high, we've dropped all the way down to today's price of 1830. You can see the same price action happening in the Dow Jones US Gold Mining Index. Late January price 127, currently at 104. But the price of gold was lower than it is today back in November of 2022. And back then we can see that the price of Hycroft was around $1.65. So let's talk about what's happened since November of 2022. We're going to talk about the why, but the most important thing I think to know right now, if you're holding Hycroft, is that some of these institutions that have been holding right along with you have been selling. You can see right here at the top, these are recent filings in February of 2023. Nomura Holdings has reduced their position from 3 million shares to 0. Highbridge Capital has reduced their holdings from 6 million shares to 0. And Aristia Capital, I hope I said that right, has reduced their position also in February from 5 million shares to 79,000 shares. Mudrick Capital has also been selling. You can see here on Fintel, previous shares 27 million, current shares 20 million. And there was a more recent filing for Mudrick that just hit the tape today that shows that his total ownership is now 17.8 million. Another 3 million share sale that hasn't been updated yet in Fintel because this is fresh today data. So why are they selling? Good question. Again, Hycroft is a very long-term play, guys. And some of these institutions are not prepared to sit around for a long-term play. According to the last 10Q back from November, Hycroft has $153 million in cash, total assets of $272 million, total liabilities of $196 million, the bulk of which is a long-term liability, around $150 million or so, that will be coming due in 2027. Okay, Tony, but bring us back to why. There are a couple reasons why. The very first one is simple: income going down. The quarter ending September 2021, the revenue was $31 million. The quarter ending September 2022, the most recent report we have, the income was only $8 million. And if you have not been paying attention, Hycroft is no longer mining. So we very well could see in the next couple weeks when we get the next quarterly update that the quarterly income is well below $8 million. I don't know. We'll have to find out together. But they did stop actively mining. They've been winding down the leach pads, and I expect that the income is going to probably see a significant drop, as they have been focusing recently, the past, 6 months or so, on exploration. Phase 2 now of the exploration plan. And let's just carry it home about what is coming up for the rest of this year for Hycroft and talk about that second reason these institutions are getting out. Now, I like filings, and I know a lot of you don't, so be sure and hit the subscribe button or that join button down below if you're watching this video on a phone so you can get access to the Discord, and I will keep you up to date on all the important filings that you know about, because it's a lot of work to get these videos out. I update the Discord every time something happens that you need to know about. But there was this one filing back in October, and some of you might have heard about it, that Hycroft got a delisting notice from NASDAQ. They have 180 days to get back over $1, or then they're going to have to file for an extension. But a delisting notice with 180 days is not the end of the world. That takes us to April 3rd, and even then they can apply for an extension, another 180 days, taking us all the way till March of 2024. So let me give you one bonus third reason. If you watched my videos back in November 2022 when we went over the third quarter filings from Hycroft, I pointed out some important things to you. Highlighted here, the company discontinued pre-commercial scale mining at its run-of-mill operations. There is no more mining going on. And the leach pads are being drawn down. In fact, they told us with this 10Q that the company will continue producing gold and silver from the drain down solutions as long as it is economic, which was expected to continue through the end of 2022. What does that mean? No more gold and silver coming off the leach pads either after the end of 2022. Another reason why I'm not exactly expecting great revenue out of this quarter, or if this one is the same as last quarter, the one after that is not going to be too hot. No mining, no leach pads. But they do have merchandise. So we are in a long period right now of little to no revenue. The company has plenty of cash, not to worry. Refer to this press release from January 2023, where they talk about entering now phase 2 of exploration. And it says here, we anticipate receiving new rigs and initiating phase 2 drilling in the second quarter of 2023. Yes, you heard that right. Starting in April of 2023, phase 2 is going to start. And so you can expect that probably to last, 3, 6, 9 months? I don't know. But this is a long period of exploration with little to no income. And I think it's fair to probably guess, maybe you would agree, that the quarterly updates that come out in 2023 are probably going to be a little light on revenue because the company is focusing on exploration, not any income coming in. And so these institutions are bailing because they are anticipating the next few quarters not being so hot. But beyond exploration, after 2023, then what? If you've been reading the filings or following my channel, you have a hint of what I'm about to talk about. The company is transitioning away from the 2-stage heap oxidation and leach process and moving into studies of what I have highlighted here, the pressure oxidation process, which is going to require a new milling operation. What does that mean? It means they're going to need to spend some money, and it's going to be a lot more than the $150 million that they have in the bank. What does that mean? There's going to need to be at some point, maybe this year, maybe 2024, another round of equity raise, either through issuing more debt and bringing in some money that way to pay for that milling operation, which is going to be very expensive, or by selling more stock into the open market. The company has 1.4 billion shares authorized. The float is around 199 million. So how I see all of this playing out is a reverse split to bump the price up and then issue more shares that they have already authorized at a high price after the reverse split to generate income to pay for that milling operation. Or it could be a combination of debt plus selling stock. For all of these reasons, guys, this I think is why the institutions are selling. This is why the price is going down. I know that's a lot of information to throw at you, probably a lot of information which you have not heard, probably a lot of information that is going to make you even more angry, and you're just going to call me a bear and a shill. But guys, all of this information is coming directly from the company documents. Please, please, please don't get mad at me. Go read the company filings, read the 8Ks, read the 10Qs, read every single bit of it. Everything that I'm talking about is directly in the company's provided information. As I said in the beginning, I am long in my position on Hycroft. I have a small position that I picked up recently on a dip. I might pick up some more if it drops down to 28 cents. I am keeping in mind that there is potentially a reverse split coming, and the price could get run down after that. Any investment that I make in Hycroft is one that I am willing to watch go to $0. Therefore, you can read that as it is right now a very small investment. My intention with this video is to share with you all of the work, all of the research, all of the reading, all of the studying I've done on Hycroft and what their plan is, so that you understand it, so that you know the timeline, so that you can see through the clickbait and the hopium that is out on Reddit, Twitter, YouTube, everywhere else, and have a realistic, real investor outlook. And it's going to be a speculative investor outlook on this play. As always, do your own due diligence, do your own reading. Drop a question down below. If you have one for me, I'm happy to answer them. I am Tony Denaro. I want to thank you for watching. Hit the like button, share this video if you found the information valuable. And if you are new here, please buy and hold that subscribe button, and I will see you on the next video.